Entering settings screen, you have 29 options. Menu narration option is set to off is selected.
Trojans will put total under and will get started. And he's coming out of the end zone. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So UNLV's offense will have the football first. And Jesse, they've got a quarterback that if he can get into a rhythm can certainly make plays for his team.
Here's the thing about him, too. He's not the most consistent guy. He's not the most talented quarterback in the country. But when he's hot, he's really, really tough to stop, David. It's important they get this guy going early.
Yeah, it's not just him. Like, the offense has to, around him, play well. They've got to protect him. Receivers have to make plays. The running game would be good to get going. So it's got to be a team effort because then he can really be at his best.
Gets it out fast. That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Power football with the run. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second.
Got his man in the middle. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down. And the Rebels are on the move. To the air on first down. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play. They're dealing with a second and long. Back to pass. Quickly out to the tight end. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down.
We hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play. Second down, they will pick up some positive yards to keep this third down manageable. Really nice job of executing.
Short throw to the sideline is caught. He's out of bounds, and he's got a first down.
There's a reason third down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at third down percentages. It tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
On the line, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there.
He does a really good job being decisive, getting downhill, being a great runner. And guess what? You know how easy offense is when you get me.
There he goes. Knocked down at the 24-yard line, but it's a big gain. 15 yards on the play, and this offense is in business.
And watch the offensive line here. They all block run. Because they're blocking run, the quarterback decides, oh, I got a favorable matchup. He dumps it out to the right, makes the right read, gets a nice positive game.
Give to the back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Yeah, they got him down in a hurry. Nice job by the defense. Aggressive attack. Come downhill,
down at the 14 after that grab. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Rebels didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. They'll go back to the ground. Plow through the defense. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Here's the handoff. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Might be changing the route. Wants to throw on third. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
And that's just a huge missed opportunity on offense. QB missed his guy wide open in the end zone. You might not get another QB look like that the rest of this game.
This offense wants to establish an aggressive identity. They'll go for it on 4th down. Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. That might seem like a risky call to go for it on 4th down there, but you can't just hand the defense a win in that spot, David.
No, and when you go back and you look at games, a lot of times those field goals get you beat. And this offense is like, forget that, we're going to be aggressive. And because they got it, it was a great call.
Fighting his way for every inch, but he still needs a few more. He stopped short of the goal line. Now the offense tries to punch it in on 2nd and goal. Trying to punch it in. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
This has been really good for the defense, too. It's kind of a bend-don't-break mentality, right? Really bowing up when your back's against the wall. If you can win this next 3rd down, try to force the opponent into a field goal. That's a win if you're on defense.
Into the house. Touchdown, Rebels.
Man, great first drive by this offense. Capped off, 3rd and goal situation. A lot of times thinking run. They got a perfect play scripted. Take advantage of the defense, get the passing touchdown, and get this party started right.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Trojans offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. Receiver going in motion. Trying to hit him with a quick game on 1st down, and nothing doing there. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. They'll go to the ground. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Back to throw, it's Herring. He lost one down the sideline. Makes the grab inside the 30. Ripped off a huge shot play on that one as he gets the 1st down before he steps out of bounds.
Really nice timing on that throw. Quarterback had to hold it, allow his receiver to work his route, but he threw it at the perfect moment so that he was able to make the catch inbounds right on the sideline.
They'll move the tight end. Off the play fake on 1st down. The throw. Got a little space. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
And nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Trying play action. Got it in the middle. It's broke. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Look, you can't take away everything, right? So you give them that and rally and make
of times in zone coverage, I like when I can get all the eyes on the quarterback. I like when I can see the routes and see them develop in the middle. And you could tell they had keys on the tight end. He wasn't going anywhere after he caught that football.
They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. Absolutely perfect. That'll bring him to within 4. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
Rebels offense is back on the field. Off to a good start here and back to work now with a 7-3 lead. Picks up the first down. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
The Rebels with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. The run from the shotgun. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Rebels come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. They'll send the back in motion. Wants to throw on third down. Quick strike complete. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. The Rebels look to keep this drive humming. Wants to go up top on first down. That's caught. It's Isaac. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Rebels in a good spot here with second and short. Wants to go up top. Gets it out quick. Oh, he's got some space. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down.
And how many first downs is that, guys? On this drive alone, this defense has got to find a way to get off the field. They're playing way too many snaps.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Flushed out of the pocket. Trying to escape and get it himself. He's out of bounds after the good pickup, and what a way to end the first period. Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and UNLV has the edge. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. They've got a first down here to open the period. They'll give it to the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Nice job by the defense, seeing the run, pulling the trigger, getting downhill, and stopping the running back for no gain.
Holds and fires complete. Huge gain before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it first and goal. The Rebels pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Moving out of the pocket. And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the D deny them on second and goal. They'll run the screen. And he'll hold it and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Vegas. That was an absolute sledgehammer of a drive, just taking the air out of the ball.
And it's hard when you run that many plays not to make a mistake and throw an interception or get penalties and put you in a bad spot. But the offense just strung play after play after play together and got in the end zone.
And he's going to try to return this one. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. There's a little more urgency attached to this drive. They've only been able to put up a field goal and start this one down 14-3. To the air, it's Herring. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Love the physicality of the secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
Running to the left. Brings it around. A little more open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. The Trojans are in the hurry-up. And the legendary John McKay would be proud of the execution of the running game. Throws on the Jets. Touchdown Trojans. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And you see the option being such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. When you got quarterbacks that have those multiple options, they're making
I just joined this one.
and the QB takes it himself, gets in for the score.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. UNLV ready to go back to work on offense. And what a show we've seen from the man behind center. They've been playing pitch and catch at an elite level, and there have been no answers defensively. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Looking to fire. Working the middle, it's complete. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34. They wanted to get the ball to the tight end, and they've already done it 5 times, and we're not even to the half.
I'm about to say mission accomplished. That's what they want to do. Take advantage of the matchup.
And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
Well, it's been a little bit of a seesaw here the last 2 plays. Offense gets a chunk play, and then the defense gets a sack. Great job by the defense there, turning the page and coming up with the big one.
He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. He gets it up to the 37-yard line, and let's see if they're willing to gamble on 4th down. On 4th down, looking to pass. Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Rebels are rolling down the field. Looking to throw on 1st down. Trying to set up the screen. They make the stop, but a good pickup there on 1st down. Just keep giving him the easy catches until they do something to stop it.
Yeah, you're going to dictate to the defense. You're going to make the defense cover him up, and then obviously it leaves the middle of the field a little bit more wide open for a receiver for a tight end. So QB keeps making the right decision, getting the ball to running back, and he's making plays.
Everything seems to be working for this offense right now, and if they keep this up, this could get ugly by the 4th quarter.
The Rebels getting set on 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. The screen, he can go. A most efficient pickup of 6 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 4. They are controlling the ball. Nice play of the drive. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Coming it on. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the 1st down.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this. So far in this game in the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting 1st downs and staying on the field. And you saw another great example right there running the football. Anything they want to do right now is working.
And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag on the field.
Hold it.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. And the Rebels had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Was to pass. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. This defense just can't get off the field. The offense unstoppable. Doing damage on the ground as he runs it down to the 11-yard line. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before it goes to the line. Boy, they love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal. On third down, he drops to throw. He's got him. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. And as such, just inside that right upright. Now up by 7 points here in the second. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, your game is a big one, but so is this battle right now inside the Big Ten. Michigan is currently ahead in this one in a jam-packed big house, but it's been closer for them. They're up by 7 over Washington. We'll circle back to this Big Ten battle. If anything big happens, you should hold it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Good pick up a little bit short of the sticks. Looking downfield, it's Herring. Fires to the middle. Finds room to throw that one in there. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Looking to throw on first down. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Oh, he wants it all. Makes a great big play. He'll work his way down to the 28.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. He's pushed out of bounds at the 22.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
He wants to throw it again. Firing toward the end zone. Had it in his hands for the score, and let it fall to the turf. It'll be third down. And the Trojans come to the line on third and short, trying to convert here. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on third down. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. And here comes the field goal unit. It is good. That'll cut the lead down to 4, 17-13.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really, really depend on.
So they put the field goal on the board and about to kick it away, and hoping that'll be the final points of this first half. And he takes this from inside the 5. Buys just enough space across the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. UNLV is ready to go back to work on offense. And when the man behind center has it going the way he has so far, you are feeling good about reaching into the playbook. The passing game absolutely firing on all cylinders, and best of all, they've protected the football. He'll try to do it himself. He fires back across the field, and it's intercepted.
Wow. Yeah, we look forward to that. Awesome.
So they'll decline the penalty, pleased with the results of that last play. To the air, it's Harry. Swings it out to his running back. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. The Trojans can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Lost a throw. He's working against the clock. And that is a nifty bit of navigation to get through that traffic and get the first down. Looking downfield on first down. Pulls it in. It's Ball. And he was able to run through a tackle. They finally get him, but not until he picks up the first down.
This guy's gotten off to a good statistical start, guys, but that last completion, he's already now over 1,000 passing yards on the season, and man, you know he's looking for more.
Here's the pressure. And he makes the grab, but he's out of bounds. Incomplete pass.
Well, he's linked up with his quarterback 4 times in this first half. Finally, they're not able to connect on that one. I think the defense just had enough. I think they've said, you know what, you can throw it somewhere else, but you're not going to get it to that guy. We're going to have coverage helping out on that receiver.
It's complete. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. They love nothing better than to add a 3-ball here before the break. And this one is perfect. That brings them to within 1. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, looks like we've had a compelling start to things there in Los Angeles.
The Rebels will line up to kick off and start the second half. He'll return it. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one, and they're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they have had success. And so what do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score, but you got to talk to your defense. I need some stops. I need the football back quickly so we can do some more damage.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's 3rd best cornerback. This guy...
There we go! Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy is going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
And the Trojans in the hurry-up.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. The Trojans with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Looking to throw, it's Harry. Fires to the right. Makes the grab, it's Robbins. Good, solid pickup there now. They can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. And the Trojans come to the line with a new set of downs. Behind the line, it's McCutcheon. He breaks the tackle. Makes the tackle right at the 21-yard line. Pickup of 10 on the play, and his offense is threatening with a first down. The Trojans kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. To the air on first down. Makes a man miss. Oh my goodness, he's still moving. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
And a great And you've seen him have some success, so you know he'll take off and run. The defense was ready, man. Nice job. This second half, this is a critical part of it. Don't let him beat you with his feet.
Off the play fake. Got his man on the right. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
Nice route there by the tight end, making it real easy for his quarterback to find an easy completion.
They'll snap it for the 10th time on this drive, but they need a chunk on 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Dumps it to the back. Touchdown, USC! They take the lead with the 6. Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical, skilled players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Rebels offense is back on the field. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Grabbed in the middle. It's Isaac. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain. They'll snap it on 1st down from the 35. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Leaves it with the running back. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
You love to see this on offense early in drives. Getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
And the Rebels really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. He'll pull it down. They bring him down, but not before he gets just enough to move the chains. They've already moved the chains a couple of times on this drive. Now 1st and 10 from their own 46. Oh, he's got some space. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37.
And after that long completion for the 1st down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
He'll step out of bounds. He's at the 33-yard line. They'll ride the running back and leave it with it. Trying to pound their way forward. He picks up a couple to the 31.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Caught over the middle. It's Isaac. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a 1st down in the red zone at the 14.
Man, you see so much of this in football now. Big body wide receivers, right? Guys that can run routes and box guys out. You want to put this?
And the ball is free on the pitch. Oh, the defense got it. Running wide open down the gut of the field. And they get him on the ground. They get the turnover. They get a chunk of yards, and they are in business. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David.
Touchdown, Trojan! Grabbed in the end zone, a good 6 on the board.
That is exactly what most offenses will do. Big momentum play. My defense creates a turnover. I'm being aggressive. I'm going for the big score, the big play down the field, then get rewarded and get the big passing touchdown.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
We've been talking about this Big 12 showdown all week, guys. Let's show you how things played out. Arizona State somehow, some way, found a way there in Tempe and picked up a much-needed victory. It wasn't a masterpiece, but let's be honest, it wasn't a loss either. Fun one in the Big 12, man. They generally are. as the teams there continue to jockey for pole position.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that. It sounds as if they had a good one there.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. He'll be stopped short at the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one.
Well, the tight end shows off his speed. You see his ability there to separate from the defender trying to cover him on that drag route.
So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the grab. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. The Rebels want to crank the tempo.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. Fourth down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. That's caught. It's Isaac. Across the 50-yard line on the huge pickup, and he's out of bounds at the 45. And the Rebels are marching down the field. Looking to throw on first down. He's going for a big play downfield. And it falls incomplete, and the offense is lucky to have it. Defender right there almost had it in his grasp. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Back to pass. Here comes the heat. He's got his man. Makes the grab. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24. The Rebels will have it 1st and 10.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and move the play another day.
So now it's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Makes the grab on the left. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. Final play of the quarter, and the ball falls incomplete. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. They'll try the run. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Now the play fake. Fires to the middle. Makes a connection. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chain. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. Off the play fake on first down. And it's intercepted, maybe breathing a little life into this team. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
That's just frustrating. You know, you're an offense. You're in a great position. You're up by 2 scores. All you do is take care of the football. Premium, taking care of the football and trying to run some clock, and trying to get out of here with a W. Turning the football over is the worst thing you could possibly do.
Wants to throw on first down. Firing to the right, complete. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. And the Rebels will hustle to the line. Looking to throw on first down. He's got it on the move. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Makes the catch. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels.
And it's nice to have those big tight ends down here in the red zone because they're such big targets, but they can block, or you just slip them out, find a little hole in the defense, feature him, throw it up, let him go get it. Nice job by the tight end with the catch and the touchdown.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt, find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. Make sure you execute. Build this lead a little bit bigger. Put this thing away in the fourth quarter.
Fires to the right. Sweet throw and catch along the sideline. It's up for the first down.
I tell you, this quarterback has just been in a great rhythm all game long. With that last completion, he's now over 300 yards passing.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Trojans can really attack on this second and short. Off play action. Pocket breaking down. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
I feel like this defense really needed that, man. They need a shot in the arm. They've had some bad possessions, not been great. Nice job getting to the quarterback, getting in a predictable third and long situations where now you can unleash that pass rush.
And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack. The Trojans send out the punt unit. The punters have had the day off up to this point. First one of the game. He'll aim it toward the sideline to try to make it tough on the return team. UNLV ready to go back to work on offense. Going right to work up top. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D.
Well, the QB looked like he knew where he wanted to go with that football, but with the defense credit, they were able to swat that one away.
After the incompletion, they go back up top. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Trying to pick up a first down. On third and long, he has to throw for it. Makes the catch. He stopped at the 23 and still a ways to go to pick up the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And here we go, down the score. They'll go for it on fourth down. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
And listen, obviously, at this area of the field, it's a question, it's a debate whether or not you go for that on fourth down. At the end of the day, though, I think this coach believes in his own playmakers, and he's got guys on offense that he feels can make a play in that type of situation, and he's got confidence in him. That time they weren't able to come up with it. Curious to see what this guy does if they're in a similar situation as this game moves on.
To the air, it's Harry. He took a shot at the end zone, and he almost picked it off. It'll be third down. Trying to pick up a first down. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And it's incomplete as he tried to thread that needle to the back corner of the end zone. So here we are on fourth down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Absolutely perfect. And that lead grows even bigger.
And he knocks another one through. And how about this kicker? Good way to start off your season, right? Like, what do you have at the spot? Sometimes you don't know. Can he make those kicks? Starting off, hasn't missed one yet. Been very dependable for the squad.
He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. UNLV is ready to go back to work on offense. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on third down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Behind the chains now on second and long. Finds his man.
Look, it's a nice game, but I don't know if it's worth the seconds they're losing on the game clock. In this type of situation, you've got to be throwing at least to the first down markers, or you got to be throwing to the sidelines to get out of bounds.
A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
And even though they're trailing here in the fourth quarter, they've got a quarterback that can bring them back, but they need him now to play his A-plus level of football. We saw a nice completion on that last third down. Let's see if he can keep it going.
Nice throw, nice catch, great completion on that out route. Sometimes those quarterbacks, when they see that early, they can make that jump and get that pick six. So those are dangerous routes to throw, but it worked for them there.
That's one the offense just needs to be able to hit, right? That's a completion they should be able to hit in their sleep. Receivers got to do a better job.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Unleashes one deep. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity. They were on the move, but two straight incompletions had them staring at 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got it. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. The Rebels headed quickly to the line.
Well, trailing like they are right now in the fourth quarter, their execution offensively is just going to have to be at a premium. You can't afford a lot of incompletions at this point. Everybody is going to need to be on the same page moving forward.
Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Second down, they'll go to the air. He's moving out of the pocket. Wide open, makes the catch. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Rebels trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And the defense sold out to stop the run, and they do here on 1st down. Second down, they'll go to the air. Steps away to find some room. He just threw that one away. Nobody was getting open. He had to live to find another play in the red zone. It'll be 3rd down.
And you just got to know the situation of the game, honestly. After that incompletion now setting up 3rd down, you've still got timeouts. You can attack the middle of the field. It's all out there for you. There's no need to panic. Because of those timeouts, you still have an eternity to get back in this game.
And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Never a doubt. This is now a 7-point game. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Spirited matchup with ramifications inside CUSA today, guys. Here's how it finished up. James Madison may not be leaving town with a blowout victory, but they'll take a dub away from Harrisonburg every time. The Dukes have been racking up road wins since the Mickey Matthews days, and they got another one today.
Breaks into the open. Past the 50. He's at the 30. The 10. Touchdown, Southern Cal. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. If they can just hang on, they might be able to notch their first victory of the season.
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there and not kick a field goal. You're trying to put this thing out of reach. And that touchdown puts so much pressure on their opponent now with less than 2 minutes to go.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Finds us back in the middle.
Well, and here's here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. The quick out, and they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. Looking downfield on first down. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Oh, they dial up on second, and a long way to go. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. This time it's complete. And then had all the makings of neat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first. A deep throw as the clock winds down. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. Hauls it in, the first down and more. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on fourth down. After picking up the first down, they still have to move quickly here. To the air on first down. Under fire. Timeout called by the offense. We have 18 seconds left.
And nice answer by this defense. You give up a big play, you go take a big play. Sometimes you get down yourselves and one play turns to two. Nice job by this defense getting a sack, create.
Fires deep toward the end zone. And it's caught. Late touchdown here. Probably too little too late. It would take a monumental miracle to come back now.
It's not over yet. There's still a little bit of time on the clock. Obviously, that score gives you a chance, but man, oh man, do you need some miracles to happen some way to get this football back and do some damage with it.
Oh, and he's able to get it back. Good thing for him.
And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time, when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is won.
It has been said that the obstacle is the way, and this obstacle is now back-to-back losses.
Back-to-back L's. It's not the end of the world, though. I still think there's time for this team to figure out what they're going to do, how they're going to finish the season strong. It's not over yet. 2 bad weeks. Flush it down the toilet. Refocus the mechanism. We're ready to rock and roll next week.
It just needs to be about finding a way to win a game right now. In all likelihood, 99.9% chance the college football playoff now is not a possibility anymore. That's okay. Let's worry about winning a game. Let's go back. Let's watch the film. Let's get back to being who we are so we can get this ship right.
Thanks so much for spending some time.
He's going to bring it out of the end zone from a couple yards deep. He stopped at the 20, trying to make something happen. That's cheap coverage there. So the Ohio State Buckeyes offense comes on the field first today. This is going to be a tremendous showdown. Strength versus strength. This quarterback's having a monster year, but this is a high-powered defense, the best he's seen. Can't wait to see what happens, Kurt.
Yeah, Chris, this is going to be what you really hope to see is this quarterback who can do it all. Can he deal with the intense pressure that this defense is going to put on him? Talking to the defensive coordinator this week, they feel that they can really rattle the quarterback by putting a lot of pressure on him, giving him a lot of different looks. Let's see how it plays out.
They get him down, but the gain moves the ball up to the 36.
Just another great example, Chris, of an Ohio State quarterback and receiver combination being so dangerous. You think about it, over the last 8 or 10 years, I think Ohio State has been as consistent as anybody when it comes to the passing game and the efficiency that comes with it.
Just underway, and this whole crowd is fired up and ready to make a difference today. Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. With the catch, it's Page. Defense makes the stop very close to a first down. Timeout called by the defense, their first of the half, as they try to make some adjustments here. Big moment on the opening drive. They face third down. He keeps it himself. Did not get there. And now it's going to bring up a fourth down and 1.
It's a good effort, but just not enough for the first down. I think, Chris, the defense had an idea that this play was coming. You could see him pinch to the inside to prevent the quarterback from breaking past the line to gain.
Fourth down. He's throwing for it. Looking deep down the right side. It's a fourth down stop. The offense will take over in plus territory. So the West Virginia Mountaineers offense takes the field. Our first chance to see them today. But let's check the impact players in this game. Guys who have been leaders, guys who are being counted on to deliver today.
Well, these are the guys that both these teams rely on, as you said, to be able to make the plays. And more importantly, when it gets into that point in the game where you need to be able to have some leadership, these are the men that are going to have to step up and be able to provide that for each team. Well, that time they're able to work the slot across the field on the drag. Precise route and a good throw.
He hands it off from the gun. In the clear, the 25. They bring him down to the 18. The offense set up in the red zone with a first down.
Ooh, how about that offensive line? That's just getting a hat on a hat, opening just enough room for the back to be able to get through there for a big gain.
The Mountaineers are going to take advantage of this red zone trap. The gain is 5, so it's 2nd and 5 now.
Some big yards.
And the Mountaineers offense is on the move now. Here's a first down. No way to run up the middle.
It is tough to run the football inside this 5-yard line. Give all the credit to that defensive line, eating up those linemen, allowing the rest of the defense to fly to the football for that short loss.
And looks like the quarterback's going to run it. Touchdown, Mountaineers. As they claim the lead here in this playoff game.
Because that's what I love about this quarterback. It's a great touchdown, but he shows you his versatility. We know he can throw it, but here he shows you his speed and how he can make the defense pay for that as well.
And the PAT is good. And he's going to bring this out from a couple of yards deep in the end zone. Excellent work by the coverage team. He's brought down after just a short return. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense back on the field. Last time they gambled and lost. Went for it and 4th down in their territory and got stopped. They're going to run it here. First down and more. He's still running. It's a solid gain. Moves the ball out to the 28.
You know, Chris, what a great run here. You think about Ohio State, you think lately about those NFL-ready wide receivers. But we all know it starts with their running games, all those great backs they've had over the years.
To the right. The defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play.
Well, the defense didn't have any time at all to get pressure on the quarterback. He gets the ball out of his hands pretty quickly on the hitch to the receiver.
Looking to pass here on second down. Good throw to the front. It's a screen. They bring it down to the 38, but that's good enough for a first down.
Chris, we're still early in this game, and you can already sense the chemistry between this quarterback and the wide receiver. These two just make it look so easy.
They'll run it here. Look out, room to run here. And he steps out of bounds, but a solid gain there on the ground.
Big runs like this are just demoralizing for a defense. It's one thing to give up big plays over your head against the pass game. When teams can run the ball and pick up yards like this, really affects the team's mental psyche and their confidence. And you'll start to see some missed tackles following a play like this.
Now it's second down here. Quarterback drops back. Round down the middle. It's Roberts. Tackle made at the 21. This offense in great scoring position now.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. A quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback, then he gets it down to the tight end. You can see what he can do after the catch.
The Buckeyes looking to finish the drive here. It's first and goal. First down. Throw the football. Bring the pressure and down he goes.
That's a big sack by this defense here on first down. Now the offense still has opportunities to rectify this situation, but it's not the best way to start a first and goal situation.
So it's West Virginia in front. We reached the end of one in this quest to move one step closer to a national championship. Let's check out the stats so far. We've had the break to talk about it. Now we begin the quarter with the offense set up second and goal. Looking to throw here. Goes to his right side there for the completion. And they've got him.
Okay, I know it's only the first half, but let's face it, Chris. You've come this far. This is a playoff game. When you get inside a 10-yard line, you can't settle for field goals. You need touchdowns. Let's see if they're able to come up with it here.
Looking to throw it on third and very long. Takes the grab, a chance to score.
Good job here by this defense of keeping him out of the end zone. Now you got a big decision here for this offense. Fourth and goal. First half of a big playoff game. You're down. You cut into the lead and put 3 on the board. You're get aggressive this close and go for the touchdown.
Oh, and he's off target. It's no good. After the miss, still down by 7.
Boy, this guy's usually more reliable than this. I thought that was going to be an easy field goal and 3 points, but instead he misses, so you walk away with nothing.
That's incomplete, even on a first down pass attempt. He felt heavy pressure. After the incompletion, second and 10. What can they do here to make it third and manageable? Takes a quick grab. And he's tackled immediately, so not much of a gain on the play.
They're able to get a short gain to make this third down a little bit more manageable. But it is third and long, so this offensive line's got to be ready, do a good job of communicating, pick up any potential blitzes here on third and long.
The Mountaineers will line up to punt it away. And the returner will be brought down. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. And it's incomplete. yards. Not much of a gain on that completion.
You see more and more offenses in college football going to 3 receivers, and the slot receiver a lot of times can become the go-to guy. He gets mismatches against either safeties, a nickelback, or a linebacker walked out, and you can take advantage of it.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on 3rd down. Makes the catch downfield. They get the 3rd down conversion. 1st down now from the 37.
Boy, another positive game for this offense, and this quarterback continues to show how dangerous he is when he has time to throw. The defensive coordinator's got to change up his looks, maybe bring in the blitz, anything they can do to get this quarterback out of this rhythm.
That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
Nice solid run here by this back. Did a nice job of just kind of finding that lane, pick up some positive yards there on 1st and 10.
Offense getting set. 2nd down play here. Another carry. Going absolutely nowhere. A loss of 1.
Well, Chris, this is going to set up a big 3rd down now for this offense. They're down early in the game. All the hype and the pressure on a playoff game. You don't want to dig yourselves too big of a hole. They got to keep this drive alive, so they need to convert.
Down he goes. It's a sack.
That's another sack for this defense, Chris. If I'm not mistaken, they've got a lot of pressures. I think that's their 2nd sack of this game. And this defense has a lot to do with why they have this nice lead here early in the game.
And that punt carries into the end zone, so a touchback. And the Mountaineers offense is back out on the field. They're coming off a quick 3 and out, so looking to put something together in this drive with a little more urgency. They make the tackle, but not before a solid gain on that match. 2nd down after that previous play. And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Breaks free. He's in the clear. He's past the 30. The 10. Touchdown, West Virginia. He wins the football to the end zone. Super throw, all the yards after the catch. Explosive play by the receiver to score.
Just a dynamic, athletic playmaker. As simple as you said, Chris, just throw him the football, he makes a catch, and then all the fireworks are after the catch, and this defense just unable to corral him.
And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. He's going to return it from near the goal line. Returner tackle right there. That's where they start the drive. And this crowd coming to life here, trying to help the defense get a stop. The offense pinned back. Defense is coming after him. Deflected by the defense and incomplete.
Chris, anytime a receiver runs around, he's looking to create separation for the quarterback to give him a nice target. That's always what you're going to see anytime you have a successful route. What we just saw here, complete opposite. They're lucky that ball was just knocked away.
They've got him in the backfield. Nowhere to go. A 2-yard loss.
My gosh, this offensive line's got to do a better job of blocking. The defense was zeroed in on the ball carrier and absolutely nowhere to go for the offense.
Drops back, needing a 3rd down completion here. Lets it go under heavy pressure, taking a shot. Okay, we reached the 2-minute timeout. The offense some work to do here, trying to cut into this lead before halftime. The Buckeyes will bring their punt team on the field now. And he'll kick it away now for the 2nd time. Just able to get it away. Returner one down. Sets up the next drive. And the West Virginia offense is back out on the field. Offense protecting the lead here, but they've been playing so well. Let's see if they go for more before halftime. So the first play of the drive here coming up, less than 2 minutes left on the clock. And they heave it deep downfield. The deep shot is a big game.
Now the quarterback found a matchup that he loved, gets a big gain with a nice throw, and now they're down in the red zone looking for some points.
And the Mountaineers line it up with 1st and goal. And a timeout is called to talk strategy. Close game here as we approach halftime. 1st and goal now, a chance to claim even more momentum before the halftime break. Quarterback keeps the football. They try the middle, but gain nothing on that play. And now a timeout quickly called by the defense as they try to get everybody on the same page here. So off the loss, it's 2nd and goal from the 11. Flying for the end zone, wanting it right up the gut. And now the timeout is called by the defense. They've got some things to work out here.
Nice job by this defense on that 2nd down, so we now have 3rd down and goal. The offense could be thinking about 4-down situation. They need to put the ball into the end zone. They don't want to settle for a field goal here.
After that big play to start the drive, they got close, but now it's 3rd and goal. Looking downfield, it's Hairston. The ball is caught. Touchdown, Mountaineers. This offense cannot be stopped. They'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. Attack on the PAT, and it's 21-0. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. Looks like the returner will try and field this one. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense back on the field. This has been a rough first half. They'll have to regroup at intermission. But in the meantime, let's see if they can get some momentum going. A short connection to the tight end here. And the runner scoots out of bounds after gaining some decent yardage. 2nd down after that completion. Quarterback dropping back. Short go to the sideline, forced out after just a short gain. Finally out of bounds after a solid gain, but there is a flag on the field. So let's check this out. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. So the offense faces a 3rd and manageable here from the 25-yard line. Looking to pick up the 1st down through the air. Makes the grab with plenty of room to run. They bring him down at the 45, and a solid gain to keep this drive going. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw. Makes the grab. It's Montgomery. And he's shoved out of bounds by the defense short of the 1st down marker. Pass complete. It's 2nd down now. Back to throw again. He'll try a pass here. Caught over the middle. It's Roberts. And he's brought down, but he does have enough for the 1st down.
Chris, that's another positive game for this offense, and this quarterback continues to show why he's had such a great year this year. When he has time to throw, he gets his feet set. He's as accurate as any quarterback in the country.
Grab down the middle. It's Montgomery. Receiver brought down after a short pitch and catch. Offense getting set up. Here's 2nd down. There's the snap, and he's looking to throw. He'll just throw it away to avoid the sack. So it's 3rd down, but out comes the field goal unit. They'll try to add 3 points before halftime. And he's made it from 50 yards out, showing off the deep range.
Boy, this guy had plenty of leg here, too. Chris, you remember the days when a kick from 50-plus was a major accomplishment? Now these guys knock these out like they're almost automatic.
Return starts from inside the 5. The coverage team brings him down on the final play of this 1st half. And that will do it for the 1st half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update.
Chris, the magnitude of these CFP matchups is always on another level.
Buckeyes will kick this away to get the 2nd half going. And here's the return from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. And the Mountaineers offense is back out on the field. defense has made some changes to begin to slow it down. Opening play of the drive, looks right for a completion. And he's brought down after a big first down gain. It's second and short. Maybe an opportunity, Kirk, to take a shot here. Come to the line for second down and very short there. Tackle made at the 41. That's a nice gain. They're getting closer to the 50. Looks like a player is down injured at that last play. They'll take a timeout while they check it out. And a first down to go right back to him. He's brought down out at the 46.
Chris, the advantage you have, obviously, from a quarterback standpoint, running the RPO, is you get time to evaluate that first and second level of the defense and see where they're going. Unfortunately, the defense didn't show him much, and the back ends up taking it for just a few.
The pass is incomplete, but a flag down on the field. So let's check this out. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. Offense sets the formation. It's third down. Dropping back. It's Hairston. Bringing pressure. Looking deep to the right side. Oh, it's picked off. What a play. They bring him down. Great play by the defense, but there is a flag on the field. Let's see if the play stands. And that is a costly flag. The defensive pass interference wipes out the pick and moves the offense forward. The Mountaineers will line up on 1st and 10. Looking for a receiver. He's going to take a shot down the left side. It's dropped. Would have been a big play, but he could not hold on.
Chris, I thought he had his hands on that football. I thought he was going to come down with it. But give the defense all the credit. A big hit to knock that ball loose.
To the right, this one caught.
Simple pitch and catch on the drag route. Quarterbacks love these routes because they're short throws, but those yards after the catch kind of pad your stats.
They're going to throw for it on 3rd and short. Tried to press the ball deep, but it's incomplete.
Oof, the risk of throwing on 3rd and short. Lots of second guessing going over on that sideline about that play call. You got to wonder if they're going to go for it anyway on 4th down, but what will be the play call?
And he's throwing for it on 4th down. Makes the catch, and that is enough for a first down. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain.
Just great execution here on this 4th down to keep this drive alive. And what I love is the accuracy from the quarterback and a good job by the receiver knowing where that route needed to be able to catch the ball and pick up the first down.
And he just throws it away incomplete. Didn't see anybody open. It's going to bring up second down. After the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 34. QB tries it again here on 2nd and 10. He cannot escape. It's a sack.
A really good job by this defense. The quarterback looked to be trying to work through his progressions to find his open receiver, but before he knew it, he's on his back.
Going 3rd and very long, making the throw. It's a quick grab. Behind his face at the 20. He rolls out of bounds. That's a big gain there.
Think about this, Chris. These guys have been working since January of last year to get ready for a dream season. They've had that. Now they're here so close into the postseason and the playoff, working with the lead. It comes down to a 3rd down. They do their job, convert. Now they keep working that clock and getting so much closer to advancing to the next round.
What's the play call here on 2nd down for this offense? Receiver looks it in. It's complete. He's brought down quickly. A short gain gets them a few yards closer to the marker.
Quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a first down. But instead, he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
Tackle made at the 1-yard line, but it'll be 1st and goal. And the Mountaineers will line up here on 1st down and goal. 1st and goal, handoff. Touchdown, West Virginia.
Hey, Chris, how about the blocking on this touchdown run? The effort and execution combined with the vision of the running back, everything just working in concert together.
So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. He'll bring it out from the end zone. He tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. And the Ohio State offense comes back onto the field. The last drive produced 3 points thanks to an excellent long-range field goal. Quick throw to his receiver. He makes the catch. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs. The gain moves the ball to the 39. It'll be first down. Quarterback still with the football. Got the first down and still motoring. Finally, they make the tackle, but this defense reeling after a huge explosive play. After the huge play, they're pounding on the door. It's first and goal at the 3. It's a quarterback keeper. No stopping him on that run. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
And I love to watch the execution of this option play. Right now, the defense has no idea if this quarterback's going to pull it or if he's going to give it. Here he pulls it himself, finds yards, and comes up with a touchdown.
And the point after is right down the middle. Return begins inside the 10. Tackled at the 22. Good job by the coverage team. Offense out for the first play of the drive, beginning at the 22. Looking to pass. It's Hairston. Finds his target. That's a quick tackle, but they pick up solid yardage on that short throw. They find the slot receiver on a drag route that time.
Yeah, you don't really see this very often from the slot receiver on this drag route, but a nice call here, a nice little wrinkle. Quarterback does a nice job of waiting for him to clear the traffic and then found him for a nice gain.
Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. That's a nice wrap up there by the junior.
Christine, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
The Mountaineers bring their punt team onto the field. We're going to kick it away for the second time. And on fourth down, the punter sends it away. And the fair catch signaled for and taken. And now the first play of this drive now from the 35. And looking to throw now on first down. Really solid first down gain. He's just short of the marker, so maybe a chance here to take a downfield shot. Offense comes up to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before the quarter expires. Ball handed off. And he's brought down short of the line to gain what should be the last play of this third quarter. So it's West Virginia in front, Kurt, who played 3 quarters with a chance to stay alive for the national championship. Let's check out the game summary here so far. So one final quarter to play. It's going to take a lot to turn this game around, but strange things do happen in college football. Begin the quarter with a crucial play. Offense setting up for this third down. Grab behind the line. It's Page. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Good job here by the defense on third down. Forget about throwing downfield. They go short, and they make them pay for it with a loss of yardage.
Here we go. Fourth down. The Buckeyes will try to keep this drive moving.
That's how you know an offensive coordinator really believes in the offensive line. You get to fourth down, you don't spread out a defense and try to create a one-on-one matchup and throw the ball. You go the old-fashioned way. You get behind that offensive line, you get the yards you need, and you extend this drive with that first down.
Over the middle, it's Montgomery. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play. The Buckeyes look to keep this drive moving. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. Running through the tackle. He's got the first and still going. Brought down after a solid run by the senior.
Well, depending on the temperament of the head coach, he's either turning to the bench and screaming, where the heck was that all game? Or maybe he's just kind of keeping that to himself, thinking, maybe this is something to build on. Maybe something positive can come out of this. You're going to have some bad games from time to time. We'll see how he gets his team ready in the future. That right there, that's what they've been looking for all game.
Takes the ball and heads to the left. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Things just appeared to be a bit out of sync from the get-go on that one. Give credit to the front 7 of that defense for staying in the proper lanes and getting to the ball carrier, not let him dance around and make something out of nothing.
Looking to throw it on 3rd and very long. Looking downfield near the end zone. And that's incomplete. They weren't afraid to let it fly, but it brings up a 4th down.
What's another incompletion? Just something's missing with this offense. Cannot quite get into sync. And now we got another 4th down for this quarterback.
Timeout called by the defense. They'll go to the sideline and try to adjust. That's their first timeout. The offense stays on the field, down multiple possessions. Easy choice. Trying for a 4th down completion. Back to back deep shots. Could connect downfield, incomplete, and a turnover on downs. And the West Virginia offense is back out on the field. Now from pistol formation. Takes the ball, tries the right side here. They tackle him right at the 35-yard line.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. You got to rely on that offensive line and the running game here to be able to secure a victory. Good call, and just keep working that clock.
2nd down play coming up for this offense. Chewing clock with the running game. And he's tackled right at the 40-yard line.
Well, I feel like they called that knowing chances are they're not going to hit a home run. But look at this. Put themselves in a perfect 3rd down situation. It's much more manageable. Now we'll see if they can convert.
And now the offense will call a timeout. Something the coach didn't like about this. Crucial play coming up. Now looking at a 3rd and short from their own 40, trying to keep this drive going. Looking to pass. It's Hairston. Quick throw. Catch made on the out route. And gaining enough for a fresh set of downs. Spotted at 48.
Well, this offensive line, you got to tip your cap. They've done everything you would ask of them in taking care of this quarterback. They do it again here on 3rd down, working with that lead. You know the pressure's coming, and they deliver.
Receiver makes the catch. He's brought down, but a solid gain moves the ball across midfield to the 41. And the Mountaineers starting a new series here on 1st and 10. Here's the snap. Looking to throw here. Snags the quick throw. You make the tackle, but the game moves the ball to the 28. It's the 2-minute timeout as the offense tries to put the finishing touches here on a lopsided victory. Completion good for 1st down yardage for this offense. Here's the target, and it's complete. Defense surrounds it. Just a short gain on that completion.
Just a good job here by the quarterback. Got the ball out to his receiver. His guy eats up some yards. They stay ahead of the sticks.
Quarterback looking to throw it on 2nd down. Moves out of the pocket. Catch made on the right side. Touchdown. Mountaineers. They continue to hold up the score. Because this quarterback told us this is my time to shine. Playoff game. He has gone out and backed that up so far.
Yeah, he's done everything that's been asked of him and more. Just a great job of getting into a rhythm. Really tough to defend. Right now, the defensive coordinator, you can see him down there. He's throwing his headset. He's frustrated. He's got to come up with some new wrinkles to try to slow this guy down.
Fields it inside the 5-yard line. And he stopped at the 20. Tried to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. Here comes the Buckeye offense onto the field. They need a couple miracles here in the final 2 minutes to rescue what's been a very, very rough outing so far. Here's the first play of the drive now from the 20-yard line. The back's got it.
this offense, but you know what? You love to see the offensive line and the running backs still out there competing, trying to show the coaches that they're not worried about the score. They're going to go out and show their competitive spirit, and hopefully that'll help them down the road.
Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. He's looking to throw. And it's incomplete. The defender arrived the same time as the football. And now it's second down. Second and 10 now from the 31 after the incompletion. QB keeper all the way. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. The offense will call a timeout. That's their second of the half. So it's third and long from the 29. The defense play coverage or blitz. That's the wide receiver coming in motion now. On third down, he drops to throw. Looking deep for late game heroics. The catch is made way downfield. That's a big gain, but they could have used that when this football game was still in doubt.
Really good job here of converting by this offense. And let's face it, at this point in the game, because they have such a big hole to climb out of, they've got to be able to convert and come up with a new set of downs. They do it here. Now they got a real shot to cut into this lead.
Escapes the pocket. Catch made in space. Look out. And he hits it out of bounds after a big game. Fans of this offense wondering why they didn't see more of that earlier. Buckeyes are looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. Here comes a throw from the red zone. It's a strong run. They finally tackle him down at the 4. Of course, in the playoffs, it's survive and advance. This is a crucial W. Great performance, but now the stage gets even bigger. The challenges will continue going forward.
Yeah, more and more pressure will grow.
is a 3.5-star school. ACC overall pipeline rankings, number 54 in the new ranking, number 30 in the old ranking, number 33 in the raw ranking. I'll show you here why they have dropped so much from new to old. It's because in East Texas they have a 2, in Atlanta they have a 2, but Cocoa they say 0. I know, anywhere you see a cell that's filled in with a 0, you're gonna those are actually 2s. We don't count 2s in the new pipeline ranking because 2s are just good enough for you to get beat against better and stronger schools. So when it comes to any recruit that you would get with a Tier 2 pipeline, you would have probably been able to get them with no pipeline at all. So that's why we take those out. Plus they were skewing the data. 2s aren't really very effective, and we don't want to be getting points inappropriately. We want to be targeting those 3s, 4s, and 5s. These are really useful, as we're going to see right here in Central Florida. Central Florida is usual coach pipeline. Central Florida to get that up to 4. In Pittsburgh, Ohio could be another option, especially if you're targeting the Midwest or to stay in the Ohio Valley region. Central coach built there just because of proximity.
just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Delaware's offense will have the football first. And David, their quarterback hasn't always blown you away statistically, but he is a guy that the coaches trust.
Yeah, and he'll show you some flashes of why you should trust him, Reese. But here's the thing. This is not a guy that we're saying, go win me the football. That's not where he's at right now in his career. Jesse, he's a guy that needs the others. They got to help him out. They got to play on schedule, not make those mistakes. And the guy's really good.
And the quarterback is knocked down back to the 13. And the Blue Hens now with a long way to go to pick up the first down.
Can you draw up a better start for any defense? First play of the game, you get a sack, a negative play, exactly what you're looking for. This defense coming out the gates on fire.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. He's looking downfield to throw. Here's a hit. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. The Blue Hens will try to pin them back with the punt.
And that's the problem as an offense, man. You get in these third and forever situations, and now the defense drops back, and they take away all the deep stuff, and you're trying to find some space, but it's just so hard to try to convert those third and longs.
So Pittsburgh's offense will go to work for the first time today. And guys, defenses have been trying to figure out for years how to keep this guy from getting open, and they just can't seem to solve the riddle.
No, this guy has experience. He's been in the big moments, and it's so nice to have a guy that's been in your system, in your scheme. He knows the ins and outs. You can move him all over the field. You can't place a premium high enough on a guy that knows the system inside and out.
You're right, and tell you, it was a great day for this offense when he decided to come back for a senior year, too. There were a lot of people that thought he might declare for the NFL. They weren't sure if they were going to lose him to the portal or not. He decided to come back. He believes this offense can do something special, and if they're going to do that, he's obviously going to have a big year.
Wants to go up top on first down. Grab over the middle, it's Hussein. Guys, let's talk for just a second about Pittsburgh. By no means was it a transfer portal exodus. The number of guys they lost among the fewest in the country, but you do wonder if things have just become really transactional in the sport. Got some room and under the goal line. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown! They draw first blood, and that is exactly what you want to open the season with a drive like that. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Precision blocking up front, created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. Guys, the Delaware offense going back to work. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around.
Really good offenses are able to attack short. You've got to be able to attack the whole field to make you honor that underneath part and the intermediate part. And then you take shots down the field. This will loosen up some shots for later in the game.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
Got it behind the line. It's McGuigan. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You've set up fourth and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and settle.
Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Pulls it in. It's Addison. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. And the Panthers in a good spot here with second and short. He's got the back in the middle. And they
was, I got to go get that first down. Did a nice job.
He's got it and still on his feet. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it first and goal. The offense threatening, close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. Looking to throw again. Looking to get it in. Touchdown. They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession.
I think you love starting the year off with some momentum, and that's exactly what this offense is doing. They're firing on all cylinders, defense doing their job as well. This team getting out the gates to start the season in great fashion.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Okay, guys, here comes the Delaware offense onto the field. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this. Turning it on! Past the first down marker and still running. Ball is loose. And this fumble will squirt out of bounds. And the Blue Hens, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. One running back in the backfield, and he has it.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you've got to be prepared.
Second down, he'll throw. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, a check down will be the last resort. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4. The Blue Hens will punt it away on fourth down. They'll look to pin him deep. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. They've been firing on all cylinders, touchdowns on each of the first 2 drives, and they'll try to make it 3 for 3. The short hand, it's Addison. They get it out to the 36 and on the move after a pickup of 15. They came out humming on this drive, and now it's first down from the 36. That's reeled in. It's time. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield. They've got it first and 10 at the 50. Looking to throw on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Addison. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, a new set of downs.
Working that left side now. Gets him on the ground at the 28, but not before a big 10-yard pickup. Pittsburgh going to work with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Here he goes breaking the pocket. And this one's not working. He'll just throw it away.
And finally, this quarterback looks human. For one play, he has been lights out up to this point. Very accurate, making good decisions in a beautiful rhythm, and finally throws his first incompletion of the game.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. He bounced that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Puts it in. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense first and goal from the 7. The Panthers started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick its way to the end zone. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. They'd really rather not have to settle for 3. It's third and goal from the 6. Oh, they're after him.
you're dialing up, David, is working.
Yeah, so I'm going to flip this to the other side. I'm going to need my offense to score some points, and in a hurry. Like, they got to figure it out, but they got to put a drive together, keep us off the field, score some points, and let us find some answers, because right now, defensively, we have none.
A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. He'll off one deep down the left side. Makes a grab deep. And they'll bring him down after the long completion and explosive pass play for this offense. Big plays like that makes play calling so much easier. Now it's first and just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41. Oh, man, they've already lost one quarterback today. Now the backup comes in and has to take a shot.
I might think about protecting the QB a little better. I already lost one. Now your second guy gets hit. You got to keep this guy healthy. You got to keep him upright. You got to protect your quarterback, man.
Well, they're trying to set up the screen pass to the running back, just nowhere to go after he caught the football. The defense completely swarmed around him, and that's a loss.
On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down. And the Blue Hens will call on their punt team. And the punt will go into the end zone, and the ball comes out to the 20 on the touchback. Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and Pittsburgh has the lead. And that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. So first down here as they go back to work. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
Man, coaches talked about they want to get this running back involved early and often and create some momentum, and this is a great way to do it. Early in this football game, ripping off an explosive run, get the juices going, and I bet you he's going to get a few more touches today.
And the Panthers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Second and short, maybe looking for a shot. Got it in the middle, it's Hussein. And this defense was flailing as he weaved his way and got down to the 26.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half of the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
Non-man receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something.
And he'll take it in. Touchdown, Panthers!
Well, this thing's turning into a rout. It's turning into a rout quickly. Really nice job by the offense there, but it's not just them. Their defense is getting it done. Their special teams are getting it done. And it just feels like they're really feeding off of this home crowd and their energy. This has been the definition of home field advantage in this football game.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner will be knocked down. Guys, the Blue Hen offense going to work. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
Brought down just short of the sticks on the screen pass.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't get any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
And this offense stays aggressive and they pass the football. I think you can always look back and say, third and short, I'd love for you to run it, be the more physical team. But nice job sticking up and bowing their necks for this defense.
He'll field the punt and try to get some yardage. He gets a block. They were playing with fire on that return, and he got loose for a good return of better than 30 yards. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think we've
Touchdown! And they had 6 more to go to that two for the house.
Quarterback's ability to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Hand off from the shotgun. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case in there. They try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. The Blue Hens will bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Take the return out of the equation in this rainy weather. Fair catch is signaled for and made. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. Looking to throw on first down. The screen, he's got wheels. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. Pitt right back to the line.
Well, this defense is being challenged, and this secondary in particular. And I know a DB made the tackle there, but we're only in the second quarter, and already this quarterback has over 200 yards passing.
Got it in the middle. It's Diggs. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14.
Well, you know who's got to love this offense picking up so many first downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you love playing on teams with great offenses.
From the red zone, looking for a man. Using the quick gauge. Touchdown, Panther. Oh, that may be it. Then strolled into the end zone for the score.
And how about this offense? Man, they must have used fall camp perfectly. Coming out firing on all cylinders, smooth, in a rhythm. Great start to the year by this offense.
And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. And now the Blue Hen offense onto the field. After 3 consecutive punts, we'll see if they can dial up something that can get this offense moving forward. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Defense was onto something there. They were sensing screen might be coming up. D-line did a great job staying home, getting close to the running back and tackling him for no gain.
Gets rid of it. Catch in the middle. It's Cornelius. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. And the Blue Hens come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving.
Well, and he gets stuffed on that QB sneak. He's just not doing a really good job of reading the crease and finding a little space to kind of tuck into and drive his feet. He's just running himself into a wall, Dave.
Well, and how about the big boys up front? Make a crease. Push somebody back. Create some space. There was nowhere to go.
That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Looking downfield on first down. Got a man. It's Hussein.
And Nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
Wants to fire on second down. Gets it out fast. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down.
Love the route there by the tight end in man-to-man coverage. He's able to separate from the defender, and then once he has the ball, he's able to rip through the tackle and go get more yards.
We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. They'll snap it from the 26 on first down. To the air on first down. And the pass is incomplete, but the flag flies, and there was a lot of early contact there.
Pass interference, defense.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referees caught it.
3 yards, first down for the offense after that penalty. Wants to go up top on first down. Catch in the middle, it's insane. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Pressure coming. And he will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. It's complete to the right. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. That's already his second touchdown of the game.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Utah delivered a masterpiece performance today and gave notice to the rest of college football. This is a team that can win anywhere, any way against just about any opponent. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still two quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update.
And that's a really good decision by the quarterback. Don't take the sack, throw the ball away. Now, listen, we can debate whether that was intentional grounding or not because he's still in the pocket. I'm not sure that that's not classified as grounding, but they didn't call it. So, you know what? Nice throwaway.
And down he goes back at the 3. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. He did not make it a stone wall on third down. The Blue Hens line up to punt it away. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Fair catch is called for. You want to make sure that you field it cleanly in rainy weather like this. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. Looking to throw on first down. Under fire. Caught in the backfield, it's Meadows. Out of bounds at the 49-yard line, but not before getting it into opponent territory. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Wants to throw, he's working against the clock. That's caught. It's there. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first, it's at the 37. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They've got it at the 37. It's first and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Out of the backfield, he's open.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
Back to throw, time running short in the half. Grab near the sticks. It's high.
defense, you're going to have to find a way to control this guy. You're going to have to make some big-time adjustments at halftime.
From the red zone, looking for a receiver. He's got it on the run. Touchdown! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And with that score, this thing is getting ugly. This offense has had their way, and not only have they had their way, now they finished the half like they're supposed to, scoring the football, building on their lead. This defense is going to have to go into half and find some answers.
On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Here we go. Takes a hand up. It's Silva. Got the first down and more. Makes the tackle at the 32, but they were backed up inside their 20, and they pick up 15. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Bringing the heat. Trying to make magic with his feet. He's run out of bounds and didn't gain an inch on the play. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Looking deep down the right side. Incomplete. He took a shot on the final play of the quarter and couldn't quite find his man. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Thanks, guys. What a scene there in Pittsburgh. What a fine performance we've seen. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day.
The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. Not sure they had to make many adjustments at halftime as they try to build on this lead here in the third. Quarterback empties his backfield. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Grabbed in the middle. It's Hussein. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Makes the grab. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. It's complete to the left. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the third quarter they come out and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive.
There he goes. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. The Panthers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking to the big tight end. That one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
And I'm not surprised they're letting him throw the football down here near the end zone. Like, that dude's been really, really good. And you can trust him. They trust him in this offense. Great job by this defense playing the pass, breaking on the football, and making sure he doesn't get another touchdown.
Well, on 3rd and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here.
Converts on fourth down, and he's still going. Picks up enough to get them 1st and 10 from the 11.
What's the heck with being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip-shot field goal with where they were on that 4th down. But they decide to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6.
And add it on again. This offense has done whatever they want, however they want, and this lead has ballooned. When you start a season off You want to build momentum. You want to defeat an opponent and beat them badly. That's exactly what they've done. This team looks ready to compete for a national championship.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Silva. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Guys, the Delaware offense going back to work. Looking downfield on first down. Got a man. It's Hardy. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
It's definitely the wide receiver's job to create space, right? So whether you're running a go or you're running a hitch like this right here, I got to find a way to push off or just create a little bit of space to get some positive yards.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not it. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays to the passing game.
On third down, he drops the throw. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
Obviously, when you're playing in weather like this, the ball is very slippery. It's hard to catch. The QB threw a bullet that time, and his receiver just could not reel it in.
The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
And you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive, because last drive he has way too much time to throw.
Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Panthers just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. He'll pull it down and run. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground.
And he's just proving it time and time again, man. He has that feel. He obviously has the ability to pick up and put him down and go get first downs. But I think the timing of when to...
And to the end zone. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line.
The running threat, it gives you the +1. It's just such a headache. He can always pull it. He can give it. There's so many options, and this defense so far hasn't had a lot of answers in trying to stop this offense.
Side run for the quarterback. He cannot get it in. A mere inches away from pay dirt. That's the end of the period, and Pittsburgh has the lead. Well, guys, so far this has been a massive beatdown, and it would appear the biggest challenge is what kind of records can they set as we have a look at the third quarter stats. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Little touch pass to the receiver. This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3.
Second and goal, and the defense was not fooled. It looked like they knew exactly when that guy came in motion across the formation. They said he's getting the football. They played uphill, get the tackle for a loss, and force a third down and go situation.
Man, this defense just has so much speed. You saw it on that third down play. The offense is trying to get a quick one, see if they can get a block and maybe spring a guy free, but the pursuit, wow, that was so good defensively.
He's looking to pass. Keeps the play going. They got it. The pressure got home, and the defense makes sure this drive comes up empty. Off the play fake on first down. And he gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. And the Blue Hens with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Back to pass on second down. Quickly to the tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
You got to like this defense, man. All game long. This defense has been dialed in, and the big play has been a non-issue.
The Blue Hens will send out the punt unit. He'll try to really get into this one. And the coverage team surrounding the ball. No chance for the return man to get in there on that one. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On first down, finding positive.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives here.
That's caught. It's Hussein. Really nice gain. Gets it out across the 20. It'll be a first down at the 22.
I don't know if they're trying to get this guy Heisman consideration, but the fact that they're still throwing the ball at this point of the game with a lead like they have is surprising. I gotta be honest.
That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Pittsburgh going to work with a fresh set of downs. Just keeps slinging it. Pulls it in. It's hot. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. Line getting set on second down. Looking to fire. Makes a catch. They'll make the stop right there, but Pittsburgh moves the chains and they have the first down. We've reached a 2-minute timeout. In all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Quickly complete.
And this defense continuing to struggle with the passing game. Listen, these offenses are so sophisticated nowadays. They're hard to stop, man. And it's a new one every single week. And I say this game, this defense underperformed. They're better than what they've shown. They've gotten torched today. And this is a tape that they're going to want to burn and never watch again.
That's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an extreme.
Into the end zone. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run. While this game is all but decided, the offense's job is to score. So they might try to score again. He's going for the goal line. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
Looks like he's going to try to return it. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Okay, guys, here comes the Delaware offense onto the field. Well, to call this an abject disaster for the offense would be an insult to abject disasters everywhere.
And they're not going to enjoy watching this game film either. Just nothing's been working. They've had mental errors. They haven't been able to execute very well running or throwing it, David. Just nothing going their way in this one.
Nothing has gone right, and the worst thing is going to be watching the tape. You're right, Jesse. But even worse than that, practice this week is going to be miserable after putting up the donut on the scoreboard.
The defense will use a timeout here. There are 16 seconds left to play. On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And the DB making a huge play, knocking it away downfield. And the Blue Hens will line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Fair catch is called for in the midst of all this rain. Concentrate on one thing. Make the catch. And